Israel's tech industry is one of the country's fastest growing sectors. It accounts for almost a fifth of the country's entire GDP. In and around Tel Aviv, there are so many giant offices housing major tech companies, including Google and Intel and Amazon, that the area is known as Silicon Wadi. Wadi is Arabic for valley. In fact, Israel has so many startup software companies that the country as a whole has earned the nickname the Startup Nation. Now, I'm telling you this because these tech workers are among the people who have been called up in the last 72 hours to take up arms and serve in the Israeli military, which has summoned roughly 360,000 reservists. It is the largest and fastest mobilization since the Yom Kippur War 50 years ago. One Israeli venture capitalist who works in big tech, a man named David Citron, tells the Washington Post that early Saturday morning, as Hamas militants staged their brutal and surprise attack in southern Israel, he heard air raid sirens as he fed his children breakfast. By the afternoon, at 1 p.m., he was on a military base near Gaza. Roughly 4% of Israel's population of 9.8 million people are being called up to serve, which is separating families, forcing them to leave jobs and lives behind so as to take up arms against Hamas. Even before Saturday's brutal attack, military service played a central role in Israeli society. Once Israelis turn 18, they are required to complete a mandatory military service. After that, they can enter the reserves and can be called to duty at any time until the age of 40. But today, even those Israelis who have aged out of that requirement are volunteering. 56-year-old Noam Lanier lost multiple family members in the Yom Kippur War half a century ago. He is now going to fight alongside his two sons, telling the Washington Post, "Now it is my time." Lanier is also one of the leaders of Brothers and Sisters in Arms, which is a group of reservists who have been the backbone of the ongoing pro-democracy movement in Israel. For months, these reservists and millions of others have protested against the Israeli government's plan to overhaul its Supreme Court in a bid to give more power to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, at the same time that Netanyahu is fighting corruption charges. Some reservists previously threatened to ignore the call of duty, but now all of that appears to have changed. It is still unclear just how long this mobilization will last. 24-year-old reservist Michael Goldberg put it this way: there is a lot of mixed emotion, a lot of adrenaline, and a lot of unknowns.